Look at me. What you perceive creates an illusion of who I am.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
These arms hold the weight of my ambition. These hands craft efficiency. I build machines that gather light and give energy to my needs. Solar panels that power to make our future green.
You don't know me.
You just see me. My fingers are on the pulse of man's quest. I build robotics to inform what's next. In these innovations lie our success.
You don't know me.
I will belong to no limits. I code, I build, I create, I make.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
But you will.
Drop that beat, Sue. Mic check, mic check.
In threes, we're talking Issa D. It's your girl MC. Yo, 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 it's HBO. Issa Rae all day. Keep it locked right here for the after show.
Hey!
Hey! Yeah!
I'm saying what? What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
What's happening? I'm Madison Chase,
Yeah.
and we are talking HBO, Insecure, Issa Rae all day, and we got some special guests in the house right now. So, I'm Madison Chase. You can find me on YouTube at One Mad Chase, on Twitter, Madison Chase Fit, and on Instagram, Madison Chase Fit. And I'm going to slay it to my co-host over here, Cortez, is still in his groove on right
What's
now.
going on, everyone? Welcome back. I'm your boy Cortez G West. You can find me on all social media handles as Cortez G West. And next to me, I have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful queens in the house.
Hi, I am Paula Bryant Ellis, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, P. Bryant Ellis.
Hi everybody, I'm Oriana. You can find me on Twitter at Miss Oriana Leo, Instagram at Oriana Leo, and check out my other accounts, Tilt by Oriana, all about how to be fit and fabulous.
Yeah!
Fit and fabulous. Speaking of fit and fabulous, we have some amazing guests in the house. We have Sujata Day.
Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
We're gonna do the shoe cams. We're gonna do a good old Wendy Williams shoe cam.
Hey! Y'all remember the Reeboks?
I got my Reeboks on!
Y'all remember the Reeboks?
Yeah.
Sujata, we want to know where to find you on your social media.
Yeah, I'm Sujata Day. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Sujata Day. Pretty easy.
And
Nice.
speaking of fabulous, with his fabulous shirt and extra special flower, Ben Cory.
I can't raise my leg up, but I'll do a foot shoe cam this way.
Yes. He is bringing it.
Steven with the hand claps, audience. We're full of audience. There's a whole audience in here. You just can't see them. Yeah.
So if you're watching on YouTube, because we are streaming live, if you have a question that you want to ask our special guest, Cortez is on the YouTube making it happen. So since this episode is called Messy as
Fudgesicles?
Oh, sorry. Testicles, what?
Like, yeah.
Fudgesicles.
Oh,
Fudgesicles. I like it.
Get your mind out of it.
Messy AF.
You messy ass.
I say flip-flop. Messy as flip-flop. Okay. But we're going to start with the messiest scene. And if you guys disagree, but the messiest scene to me was the Rite Aid scene.
Oh.
With Lawrence. And Issa D, who was afraid to go home.
Buying panties.
Are we really going to be the couple that fights and Rite Aid?
Panties, right.
Like, are we really going to be the couple that fights and Rite Aid?
I know.
Like, for real?
Not Ralph's? No. I mean, it was Rite Aid.
That's right.
Nice.
Now, my other favorite part was this, Paula.
Yes.
What was your other favorite part of the
When she
Rite Aid?
comes back and she asks for the Rite Aid card.
Oh, yeah.
Lawrence
Classic.
First thing, you know what though? You can use your
get a
phone
lot
number.
of savings from a Rite Aid card.
But you can use your phone
But
number.
if you don't have a phone number, then it takes a while
But
to
does
sign
she maybe
up.
not remember his phone number?
These days.
Dun, dun, dun.
And it's like,
I know,
That's a
right?
good one.
just when you
I
thought
only
she was
know
gonna
my
come back
parents' phone
home,
number.
Yes.
she does that. She pulls that move.
Yeah.
And
Slick move.
The other move she pulled was buying the 6-pack of panties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So that
cheap-
mean she had 6 more days that she thought she was not gonna come home. She was like,
But it's true, they weren't like sexy panties, they were granny panties.
and they're cheaper by the bulk.
Yeah.
oh,
Right. That was
Yeah.
good. That's good.
This
Yeah.
is true. This is
Those
true.
6-packs of Hanes are comfy.
Are they? They're
Yeah.
cotton, and cotton I hear is good for your hoo-ha.
Breathable.
It's breathable. It works. It works. So,
okay.
right. I think we've covered the Rite Aid.
Now that's messy. Now that's messy.
Right. That's messy. We covered it. Okay, so my other favorite scene, the office scene, Issa is talking about this project, and she talks about my favorite part was when she talked about what she really wanted to say, what was really in her head, which is what I probably would have said. No, I wouldn't have.
I wish she said it.
Oh, the chain gang.
The chain gang, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted her to say it, but she didn't, and so the presentation was terrible. And I think she thought if she wore the power suit, why do we think if we look good that this is going to just mesmerize
Right,
everybody?
right.
But she does even say, like, I don't know, I'm just gonna wing it and they won't know the difference.
Yeah, she
and I
does.
thought it was a great play in the writing as far as her standing out and nobody there understanding what is really going on at all, and they're so effing insensitive and hilarious. But the fact that she thought if she wung it, she'd be fine.
Right,
And
put
then-
on a nice suit.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
yeah.
and
It's gotta take
dazzle
care of it all.
them. They'll never know the difference.
never
you know?
know.
Speaking of the writing,
I was
Yes.
speaking of the writing,
Yes.
Ben,
Ben.
put us in that room.
Oh my God.
Us
Yes.
in that room
Oh, man.
as you all were writing this stuff.
Let me introduce myself. Ben Cory Jones, at Ben the Writer, across all social medias, one of the writers on Insecure. And like going to work every day on Insecure was like going to like homecoming happy land. Like, you know, it was just, I'm around my friends who are talented, who are dope, who are funny, and we get to make this amazing, awesome TV show. And the second episode after a pilot is always challenging because, like, you know, the pilot is the thing that got the show picked up, that got, you know, HBO like saying go full of steam ahead, and now we have to like find the whole show and like, you know, do the second episode, and we did a direct pickup. Like, she didn't go home in the pilot, so now we're addressing that here, you know. But my favorite scene or my favorite part was like when her boss called her out though.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was like, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. And I think like one of the things we want to do with Issa's work story is like put you there as a young person, like trying to figure it out. Like you said, like you're gonna fake it till you make it, and that ain't gonna fly all the time. You know, we've all been in that situation. You know, I'm gonna put on a good suit and just make it look good. But we really wanted to like make her boss call her out on it, you know, and have her like backed against the wall. And then she does that like hilarious like Kenyan proverb. We're like, is that from like all of Kenya? Like, where's this from?
Her office.
So when you're
Yeah.
all the little African.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's
My favorite thing is her picture with Barack Obama. I
And right
have to
there.
see it
Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
time.
So is this whole play on like white people thinking they're woke? Is that what this is about?
Yeah, to a certain extent,
Yeah, 'cause
you
they
know.
all-
But it's also like this is a nonprofit, so everybody in nonprofit is like, oh, I'm woke, I'm in touch with. So I think it's yes about a racial cultural thing, but also there's certain people who think they're probably more woke than they really are. They read one book and all of a sudden they woke, but you know, but that actress plays phenomenally that character. She goes all the way with it. Yeah.
And when you're in the room, when you guys are writing this stuff, and someone just comes up with a certain line, and it's so funny. Like, are you guys just dying laughing in the room until it just?
Yeah, I mean, I think I remember like day 2 on the job. Issa pitched, "We are not gonna be the black couple fighting at Rite Aid," and we laughed for like 30 minutes. You know, and it's one of those lines that like, and again, like these, you know, through editing and through like cuts and like, you know how when you're on set, like some things don't work.
Yeah.
That line like was pitched the second day and it made it all the way through because it's such a great
It's
like
such
line.
a real
Yeah, it
line.
is.
Like, I feel like everyone can
Right.
like
Relate.
knows that.
Yeah,
relates
yeah.
to that
I totally
situation.
We will not be embarrassed.
Right.
Yeah.
Situation. Now, we want to talk about you since, Ben, you did your spiel about the writing. We want to know Sujata, because Awkward Black Girl, I must have seen that series like
Oh, it's
3
amazing.
times, and I was hoping for kind of like another season, but now we have HBO Insecure. So tell us about your whirlwind from going from how did you meet Issa, how did you start Awkward Awkward Black Girl together, and then your whirlwind and how your life has changed since you've been on HBO Insecure.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, no.
That's
gotta get to
That's
it.
like 5.5 years of my life.
You like that?
So the story with me meeting Issa was that I had decided to get on Twitter just to be on Twitter, and no one was really on Twitter at this time. It was like 5.5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And Issa was on it, and we both had like 20 followers or something. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna like follow some different people who like create stuff. And then this guy, Joshua at Film TV Diversity, he would tweet out like people to follow. And one of them was Issa, and I followed her, and then she followed me back, and 3 days later she's like, hey, I'm looking for, this was a general tweet, I'm looking for a mixed looking girl to play my best friend. And then I wrote to her and I was like, I'm not mixed.
You could be.
You look mixed, yeah.
Could be.
I'm 100% Indian. And then she was like, yeah, come on down, come to the audition. And then it was one of those things where I was like in Baldwin Hills, and I thought I was going to an office, but it was her dad's house.
Oh, wow.
So I was like ready to drive off. I was like, this is one of those situations
casting couch.
where like, I don't know
Right.
what's happening. Luckily, Issa actually came out on her phone. And I was like, it's a girl. Like, what can happen? So then I like walked up to her, and then I did the auditions. It was the audition scene where I'm like crazy dancing on her brother in episode 5. I don't know if you remember
Yes,
that.
of course.
And then went home, like a couple hours later, she wrote me and was like, you're in!
Oh, that's amazing.
And
That's
then,
awesome.
like, once a month, every weekend, we would shoot, and it was, like, super low budge. Like, everyone was just doing
Those
it.
aren't always, that's the best projects.
Yeah.
So much
Best
fun.
projects.
Right.
My favorite scene is the hallway scene.
Yes.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
love you guys in that hallway
Can
scene.
I just tell you, so that was the first scene I shot.
That was the
Wow.
first scene?
Yeah.
That was like miraculous.
Yeah, and went down to Inglewood, and it was at her dad's doctor's office. And it was her brother filming, and it was just the three of us. And I was in and out in 20 minutes, and I was walking out, and I was like, what did I get myself?
And it turned out to be an amazing scene.
Look at that. That's amazing. That was your first scene.
That was my
And
first
look
scene.
at this today. Wow.
You can even tell, like, all of our makeup is, like, crazy in that first season. Like, nobody, like, knew what was going. Like, I had, like, eyeshadow, like, up here. And, like, you know.
Nice.
We couldn't tell. You looked
That's
amazing.
great.
Like,
Oh,
it was a
thank
great
you.
show. Now, since Awkward Black Girl, now you're on HBO. How is the whirlwind of red carpets, and now you're doing so many other things?
Yeah, it's been unbelievable. And honestly, like, it's been really emotional for me. Like, I remember sitting in the trailer for the pilot, and I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Going from, like, me, her brother, and Issa in a hallway
I bet.
to, like, being surrounded by, like, amazing people of color behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
Yes.
Like, that is not normal.
It's not. It doesn't
I've been
happen.
on other shows, I've done movies, and that is not the norm.
Right.
And it was just such a beautiful thing. Like, there was an it's actually the next episode 3, where there's a bunch of kids, right?
Okay.
So we were shooting this scene at the beach with a bunch of kids, and and I just, like, was looking at the crane or something, and the kids were coming off the bus, and I started crying.
Oh.
And one of the kids looked up to me and was like, are you crying?
There's no crying in TV.
And I was like, it's the wind. It's the wind. It's like
Allergies.
Something about
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very emotional because I mean, like, there's so many YouTube shows and performers, and you know, I'm not gonna say
Some good
everyone
content out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say everyone on YouTube wants to get a show on a major network, but a lot of people do. And the fact that Issa started on YouTube, like you're saying, like just very consistently, always putting up content, the hard work definitely pays off. If you know what your story is and what you want to do, like it'll definitely happen. You know, and like Issa, I know when she got her show picked up, like she texted me like, "Hey Ben, you want to come right on my show?" That never happens. Like, it's like agents, lawyers,
Yeah.
managers,
Right.
studio execs.
Yes.
You got to go to this meeting and that meeting. And she was like, she texted me, and I was like, okay.
But
That
that's
was
what
just,
I
you
love
know-
about
That was easy.
her as I see this journey is how she is incorporating, you know, her passion and commitment to YouTube, and she's bringing players on from there, and she's going back and she's reaching back and making sure that the people that were there with her in the beginning are part of this journey. And to me, that just is so amazing because you don't see that, and
Right.
that is, I have so much respect for her because of her willingness to do that, and it's truly who she is.
Yeah.
She's real.
She's definitely been like
Yeah.
super loyal, super generous.
Yeah.
Like Amy Niobe, another one of the writers, she wrote on season 2 of Awkward Black Girl. I mean, obviously Tristan as Thug Yoda was amazing.
No C words. No C words.
No
So
C
he
words.
was baby
Bear Bears.
voice.
Not Care Bears, but Bear Bears.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then Ricky plays Jerry the Temp at the law office, and
Yes.
he's hysterical.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's definitely like bringing back a lot of us. And yeah.
And we appreciate that.
Enjoy this
And
journey.
I think
yeah.
it makes you want to work harder when you know someone's loyal to
Yes.
you.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you'll show up, like you'll work overtime, because you know someone has your back and they're gonna fight for you. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get back to you because I want to know your background too.
Okay.
So I didn't forget about you. So if I forget, hold your church finger up. And
Got it. I'm good at that. I can do that.
yeah, hold that church finger up. So the next scene that we need to talk about is the nail salon. And
I like that. That
Wait,
scene
can I
was
just
dope to
say
me.
that's my actual nail salon?
I saw your tweet.
That is my.
that you actually go to.
Yeah, well, I live.
Where?
I live in Studio City,
That
and it's
is.
my.
Which one?
It's Nail Boutique in Studio City by all of
Shout out.
the yoga yoga places and stuff.
Y'all owe her $5,000 for that, by the way.
And the other part is that is the one of the last scenes we shot over the whole series. So all the writers came back that day, and we got our wrap gifts at that nail salon.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's
And where is
so
it? Where is
nice.
it?
Studio
It's at like
City.
Ventura and like down Whitsett, like Ventura and Whitsett area.
I know exactly where
Okay.
that is.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
like my
7-Eleven
hood.
across
Yeah.
the street. Maybe.
There's
Okay.
like CPK. It's
CPK.
like around the CPK.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I like
So-
that we're doing that around the LA, you know,
Right, I do
like
too. Now
we're getting
she's-
such a diverse view of
Yeah.
LA.
Very true.
Yeah,
it's good
very,
view.
very true. And she talked about dating apps. And I know Tinder and what else did she say?
Hinge.
Hello,
Hinge.
Cupid.
Hello, Cupid.
was
Those are
one.
real.
Another
Is the
one.
league
And the
real?
league.
Is that real?
Yeah, I'm on the league.
Shut up. Okay, we need to
Yeah, I'm on
talk
the league.
after this.
And it's crazy. And I mean, we wrote that scene because that's it's a 3-month waiting list. They check your
Shut
LinkedIn, they
up.
check your Facebook. They feel like they do like FBI investigation on who you are.
Is the league the same as Raya? Or is that
Right,
a
because that's the
different
one.
No, Ryo,
I'm
the league is
I'm on the
different.
waiting list for that one.
Stop
Okay.
it.
But I
There's
heard
a
that the only
waiting list?
yes, it's
Because
like
it's
but I
like
don't-
celebrity
So what's
Yes.
the difference
Yeah.
between
Well, apparently the league is like I guess a higher, and like everyone's like executives or like has like there's
It's like an industry.
Yes.
sort of yeah. You don't have to be in the industry, but you have to be like
So
a
you got-
professional.
You
yeah.
have to get on a waiting list to meet someone that could possibly be your significant other or dater.
Get on the
Sounds
waiting
like
list to be on the app.
It's like
Yeah.
to be on the
On the
app,
app,
to be
yeah.
able to meet
But
someone
like the
that
proper
could be.
old dating experiences where you'd have a matchmaker, I mean, they vet you, right?
Yeah,
they do
that's
interviews,
true.
they find everything out they can about you before they match you with anyone. So it kind of makes sense to know that, like, whatever
No,
you're...
I appreciate it.
I know for Raya, it's like they look at like Instagram
Your followers, which can
Okay.
be, which is crazy because
Yeah,
you
that
could
doesn't
buy
mean
those.
anything.
And if you have naked pictures, you're gonna have a ton of followers.
Yeah.
What is it called? Thirst.
I really
Thirst
wanted to
trapping.
talk about that date with Molly, though, because...
Oh, we're gonna get to
you know,
that.
okay, all right.
We're going to get to the date
Yep.
with Molly, of course.
Yo.
But before we get to that, we got to give a shout out to Will Catlett because he's actually in First, and I love
First is good, yes.
First. So Will Catlett actually played the Hotep dude. It was talking about,
So good.
What's your favorite part of that part? You talked about the African Obama.
Oh my God! When she says, so it's the scene, it's the discussion where she says, the guy's going to drop me because I didn't go to the beach until I was in college.
College, yeah.
And I can't believe you sell Obama puzzles at the market. Yeah. And you,
And you don't judge me.
and you're gonna judge me. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that was good.
By the way, though, has anyone seen an Obama puzzle? Because I might buy
have
it.
not.
I was like, he's going out of office. I want one. I know. Me too. Like, where are they?
And if you could, those of you in the studio right now, if you could pick up your phone and just retweet the live tweet right quick, just go ahead and
Yes.
retweet that.
All right, Cortez.
Retweet that. You know, let everybody know we are on right now talking about
see it.
HBO's Insecure.
Yes, we are on
Dope,
live
dope, dope,
and
dope.
popping. Okay, so let's get to this date with Molly. First of all, that dude was cute, good casting. Okay.
Wait, who? Which one?
The date that was
That knew his
Yep.
line. He
They
knew
ordered the Argentinian Malbec.
I was was rooting for him.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh,
He was too perfect, though. He was too perfect.
Okay, see, I don't.
He was.
I saw a fan tweet that was like,
She was too excited.
This is too good to be true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Something's gonna go down.
People were like, we were on Twitter, like people were like mad, like we want people to want somebody to be with Molly, like we want that, you know, we want people to be invested.
I don't know. I'm liking this her whole thing, trying to get her thing fixed.
Yeah.
You like that. And I was just surprised.
Vijay show. What is it called? Vijay show. She said everything.
She
I'm
said
gonna do everything.
Hair done,
Yeah.
nails done.
I think that's
and,
great. I
Yeah.
think she's doing a little self-care.
Yeah.
She needs to take care of herself, but I liked the play on, you know, you never know what you're going to get on these dates. I've never used these apps, but because I'm afraid of these moments. But the fact that he is absolutely perfect and then goes and does a Donald Trump, right? Grabs her ass.
Grabs her by the pussy.
I'm glad you said it.
That was good.
I'm glad you said it. Not me. Okay, so.
Was it the grabbing part you got, she said?
the
or was it
Donald
the grab part?
I'm allowed.
Yeah, I know.
You are allowed. But yeah, so is that okay, Cortez? Single guys. Are you single?
I am, yeah.
Okay.
That's a dollar bill.
You obviously want to be in a relationship because you're on an app that we're going to talk about later.
On a waiting list to get on
Tinder.
an
A
app.
waiting list.
I'm on it, yeah.
Tinder, and you better slide left. That way. But yes, what's up?
Okay, so when she was breaking down the apps, is that what guys really think about dating apps? Do they just get on there to F? Flip-flop.
For the most part, I mean, one of the things when we were writing that scene, or just in the writers' room coming up with it, I personally hadn't seen people on TV show like break down
I loved
the
it.
travesty that is all these apps that are out here today, or just the minefield that it is. And we wanted to just basically break down and say this is, and it's funny because between every writer on the show, one of us was on every app. So we could tell you, like I was on the league, so I can tell you like this is what it is. And so another writer, Natasha, was saying like, well, this is Raya, and it's this and this and that. So I mean, I think that's what's so great about the show is that this is all real. We're not, you know. And I think for the women in the writers' room, you know, we had a majority female writers' room. They did say that a lot of it is, you know, guys trying to have sex.
But I'm sorry.
So did Tinder actually? Who said Tinder was a sex app?
I think it's different for men and women. I think for women getting on the app, for them it is like a lot of, you know, maybe if you're guys, like it's. You know, maybe because women are just less forward over the app than men are.
Yes. Okay.
But the women in the room, they were like hands down, yes.
It is.
But let's just be honest. I mean, isn't that
But
what guys
Bumble's
are
good.
always going for anyways? It just automates the process.
Say it
Is
again?
it really a surprise that they just want to flip-flop?
I don't know if it's a surprise.
I'm 6, you 9.
That was a good line. But there's Bumble. Have you heard of Bumble?
Yeah, Bumble, yep.
Bumble it's a little bit better because the women have a little bit more control.
Right, the women have to, before a man can message you on that one, the women have to like unlock you to be able to message.
Exactly.
So, but I don't know.
That's
I mean, does that?
That's black.
I feel like
Wrong swipe.
I feel like Bumble's going the same way as Tinder.
Yeah, I
though.
think you're right because I
Yeah.
haven't met maybe one guy who went hiking and didn't work. Okay. It's a hike day and just hike and last for a second. But yeah, we're okay. Back to the show. Back to the
I heard
show.
you're not supposed to do anything physical on a first date.
Absolutely. Okay, guys. I know some guys that have slept with women on the first date and they end up getting married. So you two, what are your perspectives on if you were to sleep with a girl, flip-flop with a girl on the first date?
Oh, I was talking about hiking and stuff. I was actually not even talking about that.
Oh,
Madison.
But that's okay.
Here's the thing.
You said physical though. You said physical.
Yeah, I meant like physical
When we know
activity.
someone's is not broken.
Wait a minute.
All right, next
Let's put
scene.
that out.
Next scene. Next scene.
Wait, let's see. No, I am a virgin for real. So,
Celibate.
right. But no, seriously. So, what would your opinion be of a girl who gave it up on the first date?
I mean, my personal preference is you have to wait as long as you can. It's so hard to
agree.
like establish emotional connections with people that.
Especially
but
with
that's
texting.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you know.
So I think that's what me personally. I think that's what Issa and her boyfriend have is that connection. So that's why it's kind of hard for her to go back home.
But is there a connection? There
There
was.
is a connection. No, there is connection because
Right.
that's, to me, I think that's communication is very fundamental in every relationship. I just think you just can't force it though. I just think with Issa is like, just give me the moment, like.
But that's the hardest thing, I think, for a lot of people in a relationship. It's not always going to be, 100% all the time. And when you hit those dry spots, a lot of times you don't know how to deal with those, right? And they linger. And then when you're in them, you don't feel like you're ever going to get out of them. And that's where you see them. They're in this place of, what do we do? What do we do next?
But
We're
they're
not really
even
married.
communicating. They're not even communicating.
But that's typical in a marriage.
They've sort of plateaued
That's
at this
typical,
point,
right.
And so I think now the show is going to depict like how do you get out of this plateau? Do you so what happens? But it's an inevitability that it's gonna hit a plateau.
All relationships will.
Right.
If you haven't been in a plateau, you're not in a relationship that's going to survive.
That's
I can
true.
tell you that right
That's
now.
true.
Yeah.
35 years.
Yeah.
But you have to communicate.
I can talk about it.
I know, right?
Issa's not talking.
No.
She's mad at him that he doesn't know exactly what she wants.
Right.
Yeah.
He feels crappy about himself, right?
Yes.
And he's not expressing that. He totally messed up the birthday. He didn't apologize.
It's a relationship.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It also kind of sucks that he doesn't seem to have anyone to talk to. Like his
Yeah.
friend.
That was
that
one of my favorite
amazing?
parts.
Other
It's
than
like
the-
where
other than the
she
neighbor.
She can go
Other
to
than
Neighbor. I love the neighbor.
Other than like Yoda, but like she can go to Molly and
Yes.
she you know.
She's got
That's
somebody
true.
to vent.
Yeah,
But
and-
don't you think that's typical for most women? Like, we talk, we're so emotional, we want to get stuff
Get off
out.
our
We want to,
chest.
like, get your opinion, people
Yeah.
that we trust. But men, y'all don't do it. You do it
Right.
on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Do you even
Or do
talk
we-
about
and I
relationships
think
at all?
that was our the goal for episode 2 is because we know how we left the character of Lawrence on the first episode. So episode 2 is about how can we just further show what his world is, and also show that he, like you just said, he tried to call the dude his friend.
Yeah.
You know,
He wanted to talk about
But you don't call when you know your boys are at a game at the bar.
Right.
Right.
not
where
the
you at,
best
bro?
time.
Oh, okay.
He was
all right.
Yeah, but I mean, I think
He was
as
hurt.
again, the men were the minority in the room, and so we were just like, yo, we have to give him something, and like, but we try to strike this balance with all the characters to show like all their different like nuances and ups and downs. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great scene because I was like, man, like it makes you more.
I felt bad for
I'm
him.
committed to like I want to like I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, I
I was
did
like,
too.
oh, he doesn't have anybody to
doesn't
talk
have
to,
anybody, yeah.
and he's trying to
Reach
find
out.
his way and reach out. And I was like, it's got to be hard for guys because you guys don't really talk normally.
No.
That
But he
ends up-
wants to talk though, and I like
He
the fact
does.
at the end that when she came home, she finally came home and all they did was just sit on the bed and was like, yo, I have an interview.
It was
tomorrow.
sweet.
Yeah, that was pretty
You're
dope.
definitely rooting for them.
I know.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
you are already, aren't you?
Cute. Yeah.
He is cute, isn't he?
He's adorable. He's got good genes, girl.
Somebody, I love it.
Yeah, they have great chemistry.
They do have great chemistry.
It's a couple you want to see fight through. Pull through.
You definitely want to see them pull through. Let's see. You talked about the conjugal visits.
Oh, I
the
love
show
that,
she
right.
was actually
Yeah,
watching.
at Molly's.
Oh my goodness! So I want to
Who
know
came up with that?
who came up with the conjugal visit.
We are so happy about that, like, because we were creating shows within our show.
Oh my God.
On our show, so we were
Yes.
like, what if they're watching? So we would literally spend like a half a day,
Brilliant.
like they're watching conjugal visits, and this happened. We're like, guys, we should be writing this other show, but we got so the first episode or in this episode, like when Twitter was going off about conjugal visits, we were so happy. It's like our like little like Easter egg, that you'll see in little episodes that we were just so happy that we got to create.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
was
was
brilliant.
amazing. So I can't even begin to tell you how excited we are to have you here.
Yes.
And so we want to know about your background. How did you get
Oh,
started?
thank
You told us a little bit. Out
Yeah,
there.
it's funny because we were before the show came, we were talking about Grey's Anatomy, and I was living in New York City. I was working on Wall Street actually, and I was like, I would go home miserable, hating my life, and I would go home and watch television. I got obsessed with like Grey's Anatomy and like Sopranos and like all these great shows were on. And so when I was in New York, I started taking writing classes. 'Cause I'm like, maybe I don't know, whatever. Wrote a script, and then my professor was like, you have something. It's raw and very bad, but move out to LA, and that's what I did. And
Wow.
so for like I've been out here for like 10 years. Like the first 5 years, just like grinding, being an assistant, getting coffee, getting copies. I mean, I can make a great double-sided copy if anybody needs that.
I have a problem with that machine.
And then I got into ABC's writing program about 4 years ago, and then I started writing on a show for ABC. I worked with John Ridley on American Crime. I did Hand to God for Amazon. I did Insecure, and then I just finished up with Underground on WGN. So, you know, it's just like it's hustling and moving and grinding and teaching yourself how to write, getting mentors. You know, linking up. I linked up with Issa very early on when she got to LA because I'm like, yo, what you're doing is fantastic. So me and her would always like, you know, collaborate and like read each other's scripts and that sort of thing. And you know, it's just a process of like figuring out what your voice is and just doing it. You know.
Can you tell us about your new show that you're working on?
Yeah, so Underground, I mean, it's quite the departure from Insecure. I mean, it's about the Underground Railroad set in the 1840s, about the Underground Railroad and slavery. And it's a suspense thriller about how these slaves from the South are migrating and running for their lives up north. And, you know, we're trying to just make it less about a historical drama and more like a conspiracy thriller with, you know, because that's sort of what they were up against. Like, they were fighting for their lives. So it was a different experience when I left Insecure, but I mean, I just enjoy telling great stories and telling, you know, real and true stories, and so that's what I'm so fortunate to be able to do.
But
That's really cool because you usually don't get the chance to work in both comedy and drama.
And you have to fight too, because they really, I mean, just like acting, like they want to pigeonhole you as to only writing one type of thing, and you have to show that you can do so many other different things.
And that's an extreme.
How do you watch television?
It's
like,
very hard.
Like when I work in production, when I working in production, it's like I'm looking at television. I never know, even with songs, working in music as well. I never know the chorus. I mean the verse of the song. I just know like the background and stuff like that. But when I watch television, I'm looking at who was the art department that missed the fact that when we saw her eating, she had a full plate of food, and then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? So
what's interesting because I mean I try to turn my brain off because I really want to see how I feel about it first, and then I'll go back and break it down. But I actually am really good about not doing that. Like I found myself doing that a lot, and I found myself not being able to watch anything because I'm looking at this. But at the end of the day, I think when we're in a writer's room, we have to ask ourselves like, what do we want our audience to feel? And I think that's what I'm training my mind to do more so when I'm watching. Like how am I feeling right now? Am I twisting in my seat? Am I laughing? Am I like, is it silent in my house? I'm just like gripped on my couch. Like I think those are the emotions that we're trying to hold into.
That's a good point because I find now that I'm writing and directing, I am always looking for how something made me feel. Right? And that's because that's the experience that I want the audience to have when they're looking at my product. And so that's when, I mean, because I find myself sometimes you do want to go in and say, oh my God, I can't believe they missed that. Or the camera shaking. That's a big one for me. Shaky camera. And so, but now it's like, how did that make me feel? And
do you think these are real people that you're watching?
That I buy into? Just like we were saying, you want to see Lawrence and Issa work this out. And that's what you want, right? And at the beginning of that
I'm
journey,
the only one that doesn't want that, I think.
No, it's
I'm like, she looks good in that suit. She needs to drop his sorry. She can do so much better. I'm sorry.
He's trying, yo.
Our room was split, and I think that's when you kind of done your job with like, you know, you just want people to feel how they feel based on your own experiences. But it's funny because one day in the room we just had a sheet of paper around the table. It was like yes or no. We all were just like split, like you know.
I wanted to do a follow-up question because I thought your question was how do you consume TV? And I'd like both of you to answer that. Do you actually watch television? Do you stream? Do you Netflix? Do you ever watch anything? Do you have time?
I don't have a TV.
We're going to talk about Netflix.
I don't have a TV. I just have like internet.
Do you watch online?
So I watch online. I love
like Hulu and stuff like that.
Not really Hulu.
Oh wow, okay.
But like Netflix and HBO Go and
Amazon Fire Stick is great.
Amazon.
And what
Prime.
about you, Ben?
I watch everything. And
But on cable?
I have to have the cable.
Yes.
I spend like $300 a month on my
Cable
TV.
is a man's thing, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like
I said that because
fancy TVs are a man's thing.
I agree.
And I love my TV.
Me too. I love my television.
No, we know on our dating app it should be like, I have a TV, I love TV, I love cable.
I have a full cable package.
Let me tell you what's not good for a marriage. I tried to get rid of the TVs.
Oh no.
I tried to convince my husband how much more intellectual we would be if we got rid of our televisions and spent more time reading.
Was like, no.
Yeah, that didn't go over well.
Sujata,
It was kind of like the time when I told him I was going to stop cooking meat. That didn't go over well either. You're right.
Sujata, real quick, I know you're working on some projects that we talked about.
Yeah,
so tell us about your project.
I'm really excited about this short film that I wrote and directed, and it's finished.
Yay!
It's It's called Cowboy and Indian, and I play the Indian.
Of course.
And
She could be a cowboy if she wanted.
Yeah.
Cowgirl.
yeah, and I'm submitting it to festivals right now. So
Congratulations.
I'm, like, super excited. Yeah.
So we're gonna stay with you on your social media handles and follow you and keep up with both of you guys. So we're done, unfortunately, and we're by
Nice.
so fast. I'm so sad. Okay.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes, most
So
definitely.
I'm Madison Chase, and you've been watching BHL's After Show for Insecure HBO with Issa Rae. And you can find me on YouTube at One Mad Chase, and Twitter at Madison Chase Fit, and Instagram Madison Chase Fitness, because I will get you fit.
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get all of that? Well, yes, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We're going to have some amazing people coming up next week as well. So make sure you stay tuned in with us, okay? You can find me on all social media handles as well. Cortez G. West.
I am Paula Bryant Ellis, and this was amazing. It was so great to see you guys again. And you can reach me at Paula Bryant Ellis on Twitter and on Instagram.
That's Bryant with a Y.
Right? And I'm Oriana Leo. You can find me on Instagram at Oriana Leo, Twitter at Miss Oriana Leo, and check out Tilt by Oriana too.
Nice.
And we want to, you guys, tell us where we can find
Hey,
you.
I'm Sujata Day. You can find me Twitter, Instagram at Sujata Day. Thank you guys so much for having me. This has been so fun.
Thank you. That's what we like to do.
Thank you, guys. I'm Ben Cory Jones at Ben the Writer everywhere.
What's your hashtag?
Writers are sexy too is my self-ascribed
Listen,
hashtag.
I agree. Writers are the
We
sexiest.
both agree.
Thank you. We're not all just like in the dark, just writing all day.
Glasses on and yeah.
Right.
Man, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you. guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.